Welcome to the future of voting. Introducing VotingApp. With VotingApp, elections can finally be transparent, secure, verifiable, accessible, and it integrates with any voting system currently on the market today. VotingApp is highly secure because it follows best practice recommendations from groups like OWASP, the Open Web Application Security Project. VotingApp uses the phone's lock screen method so that only the owner can access their voting session. Mobile devices are best for assistive technology. VotingApp seamlessly integrates with the phone's accessible settings, such as VoiceOver or TalkBack, so that everything that a voter does is consistent with their experience in VotingApp. Turn on VoiceOver.
Okay, VoiceOver is now on.
Governor. Heading. Governor. Vote for one of 5.
However, not every voter is an expert at their phone's accessibility settings, which is why VotingApp has accessibility built into the app, available on every page, intuitively designed for all users to change easily. Within VotingApp, voters can adjust the contrast, adjust text size, and switch to a white on black option, all without having to navigate through their phone's operating system. VotingApp displays multiple languages if required, and the voters can change those settings on any page. Now, mobile screen readers are great tools, but they do take a certain amount of expertise to operate. So VotingApp provides a built-in audio ballot, giving the users more control over their audio experience. A voter can turn audio on or off at will.
Ballot audio is on. Governor. Donna Graves is selected.
And in multilingual jurisdictions, the app supports using a different audio language from the display language. Also, a visually impaired voter using audio only can black out the display to prevent onlookers from viewing their voting activity on screen. VotingApp requires two-factor authentication, something given to the voter, like a QR code, and something known by the voter, like their personal information from their voter registration record. Now, the QR code contains information tied to the voter, but not any personal identifiable information. And it's delivered to the voter via the jurisdiction's current communication methods. In VotingApp, the voter scans the QR code and then enters the required personal information. All this must match in order for the ballot to be delivered to the voter's device. If desired, VotingApp works with identity service providers to integrate verification of their driver's license, passports, or other documents. VotingApp provides a unique code that voters can use to confirm their vote was cast. This receipt code is deterministic and changes in real time as the voter marks or alters their ballot selections. This code is displayed in the upper right corner throughout the voting process, upon ballot submission, and any time a user verifies their vote after an election. A part of this receipt code is random information generated by the application called the voter code. The voter can accept the random code displayed, generate another one, or they can enter any piece of text that only they would know. This voter code appears at the end of the process, and it allows voters more control over the generation of their receipt code. The contest list is a simple and elegant way for voters to view their ballot. A voter can scroll through the list using standard finger scrolling or the scroll buttons at the bottom of the screen. This section also alerts the user of how many items lie below the visual portion of the screen. To access a contest, simply select the title. At any point, select the Next button to navigate to the next contest. Marking a contest is simple. To select a candidate, touch anywhere on the tile where the candidate's name is located. If the voter changes their mind and wants to select another candidate, VotingApp warns them and forces them to deselect before allowing them to select another. This prevents the potential of any accidental touches changing their desired vote. As I mentioned previously, the VotingApp audio ballot can be turned on at any time in case the voter needs assistance or simply prefers to have lengthy text read to them.
Ballot on Proposition 1 State Highway Initiative. Shall the $1.5 billion in general obligation bonds go toward highway and bridge restoration?
VotingApp allows for write-ins in jurisdictions that require it. If a voter wants to make a write-in selection, they are presented with a field where they can enter the name of their choice using the native OS keyboard. VotingApp also saves the content of the write-in field, even if a voter deselects that choice, until the final vote submission. This is convenient for voters who decide to reselect the option without having to retype in the name. Once the voter is done making selections, whether they voted on the entire ballot or just one contest, the voter can proceed to the ballot summary page. Here, the voter reviews their selections again before submitting their ballot. If the voter sees a contest that doesn't have a vote, or maybe they had a sudden change of heart about their selection, they can press the View button and modify that selection. The button at the bottom will take them right back to the ballot summary screen. Once the voter is sure about their selections, they can press the Submit My Vote button. To ensure the authorized voter is the person submitting the ballot, the voter will be prompted to enter their credentials in again. Once that verification is complete, VotingApp asks for the voter's signature. This signature capture step is optional, depending on the jurisdiction's requirements. At this point, the ballot is now officially submitted. The voter is notified, and they'll see a button to view receipt. This will display the final receipt code for that ballot, as well as the voter code that was discussed earlier. These codes can be used to verify the vote on the blockchain from a random computer using a standard browser. Why blockchain? Simply put, a blockchain is a database that allows the public to verify that voting is secure and that the results have not been altered. No one can change the information, and the network cannot be taken down. In the case of elections, this allows observers and the public to watch the electoral process from initial setup to the first vote collected through tabulation and until the election is certified, resulting in an election that is fully transparent. An election run on blockchain is immutable, which means unchangeable, reviewable in real time, accessible to all, and verifiable by all. VotingApp can seamlessly be added on to any jurisdiction's existing voting system if they're looking to provide a secure, accessible, and verifiable remote voting option for constituents who need it, such as voters with disabilities and overseas service members. We understand the importance of integrating with current systems, so VotingApp is designed to import election and voter registration data from existing major vendors. VotingApp also integrates with ballot on demand printers, so our ballots can be easily duplicated into pre-marked scannable paper ballots that election administrators can feed into their existing central scanners. We also have the ability to work with electronic or manual poll books. So if a voter casts a vote via another method, such as in person or by mail, we can remove the voter's VotingApp ballot from the final tally. There are other remote voting systems out there, but VotingApp is unique in that it solves major security, accessibility, and privacy concerns. Our modern, elegant mobile voting system provides the transparency, verifiability, and inclusivity that's been lacking in elections until now. For more information And to learn how to start using VotingApp in your elections, head to www.votingapp.com.